that you'll feel that you don't fit in with this world around you. That's what it means. If you have and are growing this faith that is being described in Hebrews, it means that you will feel that you don't belong. But not only that you don't belong or that you don't fit in, but that you will also then be tempted to give up. And again, this is very important for us here to stress because I believe that for many, if not all of us, we don't like tension, we don't like discomfort, right? So we would always prefer comfort, right? To be stress-free or worry-free or to be at peace. And so many times I think when we do feel tension, when we do feel discomfort, we probably will pray and ask God to take that away, right? To ask God to give us what we sometimes would call his peace. But I think sometimes what we take as peace is sometimes we want this absence of that tension that we feel, the absence of feeling uncomfortable, and whether or not we know the source of where that comes from. But what I want to draw out and point out for us is this point, is that according to this example of faith in Hebrews chapter 11 that we see here, that the truth is that in our present circumstances here on earth, for each of us, again, who has given our lives to Jesus, that we should not expect to feel at home. We should not expect to feel at home. In fact, it should be the opposite, that we should expect that we will not fit in. That there should be tension in our lives. There should be things that serve as a reminder to us that we are in a place that is not our home. And again, this is so critical and important because so many Christians work so hard to make this world their home, to fit in, to eliminate the differences, to eliminate the comfort, the tension, to find the comfort. Because again, it's not easy. And at times, when we talk about tension, right, sometimes that may be experienced in our lives as trials, as pain, as suffering, as heartaches. Like that is really the tensions that we're talking about. And so I want to illustrate this. A long time ago now, 2006, nearly 20 years ago, this song came out by Laura Story. It's called Blessings. And so this song is one of my favorite songs because essentially it describes how sometimes in the suffering, in the tensions, in the dissonance of life, that sometimes in those things, that's in fact God's blessing for us. Because often it's in those pains and challenges, those experiences where we then really come to know and experience that God is near. And that sometimes that's the only way that we will come to experience him is through those things. And so that's the nature, that's the song, is that sometimes the heartaches and the pains are God's blessings in disguise. And so one of the verses, as you see up here, goes like this. It says, when friends betray us, when darkness seems to win, we know that pain reminds this heart that this is not our home. Pain reminds this heart that this is not our home. You know, I challenge you to think about that. And maybe this gives you a different perspective on the pains, the tensions, the sufferings that you go through in life. Right? That they serve as a reminder for you that this is not your true home. And as such, you know, it's not maybe so much that we need to embrace the pain, so to speak, maybe, but just to recognize that perhaps they serve as that constant reminder and that some of those things will never go away because we don't belong. This is not our home.